Hello, I'm Howard Blumenfeld. I'm a mindfulness meditation teacher, and I'd like to welcome you to the weSPARK program on mindful meditation. We're going to do 3 different mindful meditations, so I invite you to settle in and settle down and join us. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about mindfulness meditation, kind of demyth it. It's not something that's otherworldly. It has to do with bringing our attention to the present moment that we're living in with a sense of awareness and a sense of curiosity. And it's something that we're actually doing throughout our life. Not necessarily all the time, but in certain instances we are. And what I'd like to point out is that being mindful is noticing what's going on. Being mindless is not paying attention to what's going on because our minds are too busy somewhere else, thinking about the future, thinking about the past, while we might be engaged in some activity. So mindfulness is kind of bringing us back to the present moment, rather than being lost in thoughts about the future or remembering incidences from the past. Then that's going to happen. That's part of our thinking mind. But when we practice mindfulness, we're making sort of a commitment that we're going to bring our attention as best as possible to this moment, being here and being in the now. So there's a lot of research that's been going on over the last 8 years, and it's been rigorous research. And the big part of what mindfulness has been proving through neuroscience is that we're developing new neural pathways in our brain when we're practicing mindful meditation. And they're healthy pathways. They're leading us into places of strength and places of awareness that are really beneficial for our concentration, for the reduction of anxiety, for the reduction of depression, for simple everyday stressors. And so one of the nice things about the practice of mindfulness in neuroscience is it's saying it would be wonderful if we would take 20 minutes a day to do this. On the other hand, we might not have 20 minutes to do this. So they're saying what they're proving is, through what they're saying, is that the outcome shows that you can do this in 30 seconds. You can do this in 1 minute, and you're still receiving the benefits. So I invite us to take some time each day, kind of check in with ourselves. Where am I? Where are my thoughts? Are they here in the present moment? No, I've been thinking about what I'm going to have for dinner, and it's only lunchtime. So come on back. It's kind of that invitation, a heartfelt invitation to come back to this moment and settle down into this moment. Mindfulness is a heartfelt practice. There are many different guided mindful meditations. And all of them have a way of bringing us back into this moment, bringing us back to this very tender place within our anatomy, that physical heart, that's also an emotional heart. And so that emotional heart carries with it a deep sense of compassion. And the practice of mindfulness offers another benefit, and that benefit is greater sense of compassion for ourself. And the greater the compassion becomes for ourself, the more compassion we have to offer to others. I'd like to introduce you to one of the meditations that would be a mindful meditation. And we don't have to go anywhere special to do this. Being mindful is something we can do wherever we are, regardless of where we are. Because what we're going to focus on something that's occurring in the moment. What occurs in the moment, in this moment, are a number of things. And so if we bring our attention to sound, that sound can become the focus of our mindful meditation. I invite us to do this guided, mindful sound meditation. I'm going to strike the bowl with the striker. And when I strike it, it will make a sound. It'll make a sound that has a vibration, and it'll have a waveform. And to the best of your ability, bring your attention to the sound that emanates from the bowl. You might find that you might have moments of other thoughts or judgments. And so when you notice that there are other thoughts or judgments, you simply come back to the sound. So we're going to give a test now on listening to the sound. I'll strike the bowl once and listen. Listen. And as it fades away, you might not have been aware of the fact that you were focusing your attention for 25 seconds and how close you were to the sound of the bowl was being present with sound. I'm going to strike the bowl again and see what it's like that if you are distracted by thoughts or body sensations or other sounds for that matter, come back to the sound for the bowl. Good. So that's basically what mindfulness meditation is. It's bringing our attention to an object in the present moment, holding our attention to that as best we can, and then being distracted by something else that pulls our attention away from the object of meditation. What I'd like you to do now is to listen without the sound of the bowl. Listen to any sounds that may be occurring within the room that you happen to be in, or sounds that might be occurring beyond the room that you're in. Noticing how they come, how they go, how they expand and how they contract, how they become loud and how they become soft. Notice how they change. As best you can, right now, bring your attention to sounds in the room or sounds beyond the room. Good. So you might have noticed that there was a bit of a difference with selecting sounds to listen to, where the striking of the bowl had that one particular sound to focus your attention to. Sound. We don't have to go far to find sound to use as a focus of mindful meditation. So we're going to conclude with another meditation. And it's a meditation on the body. After all, that's something else that we don't have to go far to find. We live in the body. And it's a matter of bringing attention to 3 particular areas of the body. We'll start with the sound of the bowl, and then I'll gently guide you into the awareness of the body. Notice your body, where it is, if it's sitting, how it's sitting, if it's reclining, how it's reclining. And pay attention to the areas of the body that are actually making contact. They're making contact if you're sitting with that which you're sitting on, and feel that connection. And now bring your attention up to your head. And feel the breath moving in through the nose and out through the nose, or in through the mouth, or out through the mouth, however breathing occurs for you, with your attention on the breath. We start with the breath at the top of the body, the head. And then let your awareness move from your head to your seat. If you're sitting on a chair or a bench or wherever you might be sitting, feel the connection where the seat is connecting with the place where it's being held. And if you're reclining, notice where the seat, that portion, is making contact with that which is holding up that area of the body. Feel the connectedness. Notice the connectedness. Pleasant or unpleasant or neutral. And if judgment arises in the noticing, notice the judgment. And maybe from the heart, send out a kind word to the judgment. Or simply say to the judgment, "Here comes the judge," and smile. And then bring your attention to the feet. Notice where the feet are making contact, how they're making contact, the pressure of the body pressing down at that point of contact, and the sturdiness in which the feet are resting, the foundation that supports the feet. From bottom up to the feet, from the feet down into the solidness of the foundation that supports. All along, breath is moving into and out of the body. So make a gentle sweep from your feet up to your seat, from your seat up to your head, feeling the breath that comes in to the body, nourishing the body, and the breath that is expelled from the body, making room for the next inhale. This breath of life. On behalf of weSPARK, thank you for taking the time and taking the breath that you've taken in that time to spend some time here. I'd like to conclude by letting you know that I wish you well-being and many mindful moments. Bye for now.